Ximending MRT station. Picking up the video again. Saturday the 16th of July 2010. We're walking down the street that used to have Hagler's Row on it. I don't have the street name in front of me right now. Probably nobody would remember it anyway, but we're coming up to the area that used to be the circle. I guess it still is a circle to some extent, where all the big movie posters were at. Well, here it is, right here in front of you now, over here at the left, as we're panning over there. Very busy corner, still a busy place. You can see some of the signs there. There's one movie, The Expendable, one movie poster up, and there's one next to it. I can't see, it's kind of around the corner there. You can see the picture. And get up here a little farther so we can see much better of the circle area. I expect it was out here farther into the street back in the day, and there used to be all kinds of little snack places there. I was down here 2-3 weeks ago, and I walked down these streets and I found where it used to be the old theater. I remember the first movie I went to was The Sound of Music. That was like in '65, December '65, I think. And that theater was it looked like the theater, but it wasn't a theater anymore. I don't remember the name of it now. Well, here's the area, so you get a good look at the old circle area. Now there's the MRT entrances over in the corner there. It says number 6 over there. It's kind of a beige colored thing sitting over there. Now it's big number 6 on over here. On this side of the street there's another entrance to the MRT, which runs right underneath this street here. And there's a number 5 entrance right over here down the street. I'm going to walk down there. Here's number 4 across the street, and here right here is number 3. So there's a lot of things. Now this is the building that had some significance in my family, and I'm just going to point that out, but so I can make reference to it to my family. This is the corner here. There's a lot of traffic. Should be changing here shortly. So many of us went by this corner, and so Hagler's Alley was right here. I know that I'm trying to think, was it Hitachi? Hitachi had a big sign up on top of the corner building here across the street, but it's been sitting right out here in the street now. Back in the day, it was in the old building right out here in the middle of the street. So an interesting place. I'm going to give everybody an idea of what it is today. And I think you'd enjoy coming back to even consider that. It's certainly an interesting place. You enjoy walking down the street. You'll smell a few of the old aromas, but not very much aroma left. I remember, particularly remember going into Ximending, and they would boil this, some type of seafood in oil. And I used to gag when I went by there. I'd walk around the block not to go by that seafood place. It was just, for my smell, it's just obnoxious to me. But I haven't smelled that smell, and I haven't smelled that many smells. You still smell the temples and the worship places. When you go by those, you could, but there's not that many of them. So some of the smells that you were used to, you won't get a whiff of them very often. They all would register in your mind. I'm sure once you smelled it, you would know where it was and where it was coming from in your day. Now, first department store, was that it down there? I don't know. Could that have been it? I don't know. It's definitely not called that today. Looks like a hotel today. So maybe the first department store is gone. Maybe it was right here. Here's a brand new post office. Hadn't been built very long. It's probably right in here. I just don't remember. Let me see if they got any former so-and-so and such is here. Let's see here. Original Telegraph Bureau. No. No, don't see anything. Original Taiwan Armed Forces headquarters, a lot of places here. Yeah, here's the, as you can see here, this circle here is what we just looked at. Just looked at that. So there's Ximending that runs here. Not that you can make anything out from this map, but you can go back here and look. The Ximending shopping area, guide map. Some of the tourist stuff that they've stuck up here, and it's, you know, they've really gone out of their way to help us, help these, us, I say that as tourists, anybody coming to town. It's all right here for you to see, and they try to make it as easy as possible. I don't recognize this street here, and where it went or where it may have gone. So we're walking toward where the first department store was. Now, whether it was here, this was probably the location. Taipei Chinese Orchestra. Wow, I thought it was a post office. Well, it is a post office, but maybe they have something else inside. Maybe it is the Symphony Orchestra home also. I don't know. But it's a modern building. It's rather new. It hadn't been open that long. I could go inside and ask the guard, but he probably didn't speak English. He's probably not old enough to suggest, you know. Youngsters all, honestly, most of the youngsters, and especially even high school and college kids, very, very competent in English. Not all of them, obviously. You know. Depends on where you live and where you grew up at, but many. You can just say, you speak, oh yes, I speak English. You know. So you really don't have a problem getting around. They'd be happy to help you out as much, you know, as much as we would back in the United States. We would help anybody that asked, and they would certainly help here. This building here seems to be older than the one next to it. But there again, I have no idea what it is. It looks like some type of refrigeration, air conditioning. There's another building here. Obviously, we don't have the first department, so we either passed it already. There's a police department, service center. Some more of Ximending. Our embassy was down here somewhere on the left, across the street where I'm looking now. It was down in that area down there somewhere. Would have been in, you know, the road, and then the railroad tracks, and then the fence, and then it was an old home back there. I went where I went here. I met 2 or 3 times when I was here in the 60s. Now it's all gone now. It's all been taken up, and I don't, you know, unless you knew exactly the coordinates, you wouldn't even know where it was anymore, probably. Or you lived here. If you lived here during, you know, all this last 40 years, you'd know. But let's look back toward the circle. We walked about 3 long blocks or 4 long blocks down here. In 2 of our videos. This is the second of 2 videos I shot of Ximending. We progressed up the road and run into the old gate, which I understand has been moved. So I'm not sure where it was at. I guess when they remodeled the roads, they had to move the gate. But I may be wrong. Don't quote me on that. And some of the street names, don't quote me on those either. But there's some police buses, police station. Well, this was an old police station. Maybe they just built some new stuff in it. Maybe they cleaned it, who knows? Maybe the bricks been cleaned. So we're moving on down. Eventually we'll run into the road here. There's an overpass up here, and we'll run in and we'll go downstairs and check the, get the MRT again. So I hope you enjoyed this walk today.